Welcome back. This is your host, Noura Al Masri, and this is Echoes of Impact with Noura. Now, I have a very important guest because when you want to purchase a home, you want the finances done. So, without having your money or a mortgage, you're not going to be able to fulfill your dream. So, that's why I have an expert with me today to talk to you about getting a mortgage, what your options are. So, listen in and welcome my friend Inez Flores. Inez, welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. I am excited to be here to explain the process of to start your purchase of your new home and some of the
That's awesome.
requirements.
We're excited to hear from you. So, before we start and dive in with that, I want to actually hear more about you. So, tell the audience, who are you? Like, what's your background? How long have you been doing this? So, before we get them this information about a mortgage.
Yeah, so my name is Inez Flores. I've been in the mortgage business for 6 years now. Prior to this profession, I was an educator for 12 years. So I did a career change and now I'm educating future home buyers on their options to get grants and down payment assistance for their future home.
That's awesome. Why did you make this change?
I have math has always been my lead, finance. So when my babies went on to school, I decided to come back and just pursue my passion and continue to work with numbers and educate others as well.
That's awesome. And we're glad to have you here to talk to us about that. So, when someone actually planning to get the house, do they come to you first or should they start looking for the house first? How should they start the process in order to know what they're looking for in all aspects?
They should definitely come and to meet with me to get a pre-approval. I would give them the amount that they qualify for. I would also talk to them about programs that we have depending on the location they're buying. It all depends. Some areas they're allowed more grant money versus others. So it's usually good to have that in place before they go out there searching for their new home.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know like about I heard, but I don't know much details about the grant that might be available for home own or to be homeowners. Um, can you tell us a little bit about that? Like what's available for people usually?
So these programs do depend on income and people that many people are going to family sizes and different criterias in order to apply for them. So we usually do a intake application and I do the applying of the grants. And if there's a program for just about everyone, if we can help them with grants, we can at least help them with down payment as far as lowering their down payment that they're going to bring in and other programs that better interest rate and other government programs.
Oh, that's interesting. So just to explain because I know like some people they don't even know what grant means. So can you explain like how that benefits them and what is it exactly? What grant means?
So these grants are like when you go to school, you get grants to pay for your tuition. It's the same. It's the same concept. You get grants to pay to help you with the down payment that you have to bring in order to apply for a house. So sometimes you have to have certain amounts in the bank in your account to start the offer and get pre-approved for a loan. So one of these programs they will help you is basically free money. You don't have to repay back. And we have several ones. Actually, our bank has their own grant program that would help you will help our clients to get funds depending on the county. Sometimes the counties have some funds, so I do the whole research for them and just try to see where our clients could get the best benefits out of these programs.
That's awesome. And do you only help people like around your area or like can people from around the country connect with you? How does that work?
So we service all 50 states. So, I could do anywhere. We just did one in Vegas, Florida. It all depends. The grants are, however, are just Illinois based. So if you're in Illinois, we potentially could help you. When it's out of states, we have to look what programs are there. But that's a whole research project we have to do in order to see where the client's planning to move and where their income meets and the size of their family as well. So it's a
That's
combination of different criterias, but we do the intake application with their 2 years returns, W-2s, two months bank statements, and we I tell everyone it's never too soon to start the process. We do an intake, and if anything, we do call it a plan of action, where if you can buy now, we kind of down the road help you, and our clients have been totally successful.
That's awesome. So let me ask you this: how, because there are so many mortgage options. You heard conventional, you hear FHA and other names. How would the person like know what is the best actually mortgage option for them, and actually what's their options? Like, because are they gonna be approved for every single option, and then it's up to them to actually select, or do they have to eventually get stuck with one option and they have to go with it? How does it work usually?
So Nora, we do have the FHA program and we do have the conventional program. It all depends on the client. On every situation is different. Sometimes it's more convenient for the conventional versus other clients prefer the FHA. It depends on the down payment. We have a 3% down payment for our clients, and conventional we could go that route, but maybe they want the 3.5 FHA. Sometimes the FHAs do come in with lower interest rate versus a conventional one. But sometimes all my realtors probably agree with me when they say, they prefer a conventional because it's a better option for them to get, to at least get their offer accepted. But again, it's what benefits the client the most versus, what they are able to afford.
So the mortgage you get can affect your offer to get denied or accepted?
The program, yes. The pre-approvals, depending on FHA, they sometimes have more it's a more detailed inspection report. So it comes back with more details. So sometimes sellers already know that if it's a FHA, or at least the realtors know, when you come with a pre-approval with FHAs, they know that when the bank comes out, there's a list of details that is going to be more demanding. It's a higher demand. So that if there's something comes back that they need more things to fix and things like this, it's just more in detailed versus a conventional. So the both appraisal reports are totally different. The inspection reports versus FHA to conventional. So sometimes sellers already know that when it's conventional, the process is a little bit more lenient versus a FHA, their guidelines are more strict.
Okay, so why would actually the seller prefer the conventional? Is it just because it's
Well,
they
because they don't want to start the process and halfway find out that there's all these things they have to get done, and the offer
Mm,
just has to just doesn't proceed. So it's all again starting over, looking for another potential buyer and having to
mm,
increase that. So they just rather go with that. But recently, I've seen a lot of, from my experience, a lot of sellers have been, realtors have been accepting FHA offers because the rates have been with right now they're high, so the FHA are lower rates
okay,
than a
okay.
conventional. So they understand that a lot of clients are going that route because of the high interest rate that we're currently
That's really
expecting.
interesting because I don't know. A lot of people don't know that it's gonna
Yes.
make a difference to the seller to pick you over someone else. This is really an interesting
Yeah,
point.
and our realtors have gotten a little, more savvy about that because they're right away. They're like, "Could you please give me a conventional?" And it's harder to get approved for a conventional because their debt to income has to be lower.
Mhm.
Their debts have to be less. They have yeah. I mean, it's a lot of more details that have been more specific. So FHA is a little bit more lenient, and the rate at this point is lower. But that's an option for the sellers. And
Mhm.
but again, like I said, we're here for our clients to see what they could afford in the future, and not overwhelm them with this. So we make sure they're qualified and before they go out and search for their home.
Okay, that's interesting. So because now our show is about women and we focus a lot about women, I wanted to ask you, is there a special program that who are looking to buy a house, especially if they don't have anyone with them, a spouse or someone like wants to buy the house with them? Is there anything special for them that you recommend them to have, or available, like help like, available for them to make sure they get into the homeowner, um, uh, to be a homeowner, basically?
So we don't have like a specific program just for women. We try to, accommodate all our clients, all our borrowers. So I mean, I'm part of a lot of women groups, networking groups in our area, and I do help just about everyone. If they feel comfortable coming to talk to me, I could guide them if they're single moms and things like that. I could also, I could lend my service for them. They could call me anytime. My cell phone number is always open. They could text me, call me, and I could always help them and guide them in this area.
That's awesome. So let me ask you, how can people actually get in touch with you so they can work with you?
Okay, so they could reach out to me on my cell phone number 773-620-0310, or they could call me, reach out to me via email, iflores@emarketbank.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ines, for being here with us today. You provided the audience with so much good information. I'm sure there are some information you mentioned that they did not hear about before. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here in the show with us. This
Thank
is
you so
Echoes of,
much.
sure.
Thank
This is
you for
Echoes
giving
of
us
Impact
opportunity.
with Noura. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
This is Echo.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. This is Echoes of Impact with Noura. We'll be right back.